Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham reaction for Wrexham AFC 2, Crawley Town 1, match day 7. Yes, it is League 1 game today, match day 7. And I'll say this at the start. It was a tough game. It was a tough game, and we came out with the 3 points, and I'm super excited about it. I'm very proud of what the team did today in regards to how we suffered, getting the game tied up. How we went through some of the paces that we I think we got. What am I trying to say here? What I'm trying to say is I think it was a good win because this could have been an easy banana peel. I know we said it on during the match. I know we said it on the post game, but this could have been a different game. This could have been a draw. They had some opportunities, and I will say this: that I'm so happy that we won in the way we did. Now, were there some things that we could have done better? Absolutely. Was at the end of the match, people started slipping. The rain came in. So, I mean, an absolute thunderstorm came in. So I hope that everyone got home okay, who was at the match, who traveled both home and away. But this was not an easy match. And I thought, for me personally, I thought for the club, this was a must-win match after coming off a loss, what happened on Monday night. And getting this, and nothing's ever easy. We're going to get into what Parkinson said after the match, and Max Cleworth, as you can see on the thumbnail, that says man of the Max. Because I think Max had a phenomenal game today. I know the sponsors gave it to Barney, which is fine. But for me, I saw Max becoming a man today. And he looked bigger. He looked stronger on the ball. And we're going to have to talk about this back line. We're going to have to talk about the lineup as well, too. I am very happy with the W and the 3 points. So let's get into all that. And everyone, difference of opinion. I know the starting lineup was an issue for some people, myself included, but we got the W, we got the 3 points, still top of the league, and we are an absolute fortress at home. We are. This is a tough game. A tough game. This is where we could have dropped points, and then would have like, oh, here we go. The tide could have turned a little bit. So smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the Local Pundit. We are on our way to 50,001. If you know, you know. And become a Local Pundit member, because the membership helps us build the show and what we're doing. And get your Local Pundit hats as well. There are the colorway green is there, and the blacks are there as well. So it's awesome. Okay. All right, so Sanjay is in the house. In B4, Nick and Drew. Oh yeah, wow, Sanjay, you're all over it, brother. You're all over it. Good to see you, Sanjay. And Ruth H said, I agree. Max was man of the match. The sponsor chose Barnett. Yes, absolutely. Welsh Techie is still traveling. Techie, please be careful. Take your time. Get home. I know everyone. Big love to everybody. Just be careful. That was a torrential downpour. There was a lightning strike. There's lightning photos in our Discord as well. Please get in our Discord. Could have just please be careful. Big E's in the house. What's going on, Big E? How you doing, brother? Goofy Splat's also here. Max did so many runs in the front from the back as well. Max did. I think he's learning that from when he gets forward, we're confident. We said it on the show. You know who else does that? Brunty does that too. So Goofy Splat, good to see you. And one more here. Bruce H. Rusty, be careful. It's still raining. Sorry, typo. I get it. All right. So my quick statement going through this. Everything said here is like, I'm happy we won. There's going to be no people say it's negative or whatever, but we have to analyze it. That's what we're it is the Wrexham reaction show. It's a Local Pundit, and we have to have serious conversations. And also the fact that we have to glorify this team in a way where it's like, we got to get behind him. Parkinson today is I will say, I am behind him 100%. And I'm his record stands for himself. And, he had to make a big call today, and this was always coming. The call was that he started Mullen over JM. Now, Mullen's coming back off an injury. Mullen is our talisman. He scored so many goals, but he had to get him in at some point. Arguably, we all want to see Mullen and JM and get minutes up there. And I will also say that too. Palmer, Palmer, he likes a big and a little. That was one big shout. It was always coming. It was always lurking. JM definitely deserved his spot in today, and he proved it when he came on. He's hard work and his ability to just be on the front foot at all times. And the strike he had on the breakaway, far be it from the keeper having an absolute worldie. That was an amazing, confident shot in a striker to be like, hey, coach, I'm still here. Now, let's talk about Mullen. Mullen getting back in the squad again. he was going to do it. It was his first big decision that he had to make. He talked about refreshing the squad up a little bit, Parkinson, before the match, and he's going to have to do it. But he has to do that somewhere else too. There were some performances today that I was a little suspect about. Maybe there's some things going on behind the scenes. One being, Macca is our captain. Macca is our captain, okay? And there's a few things that I've heard that possibly there's some distractions. Got his foot issue. Didn't have his best match today. O'Connell, another one today. Did not look at his best today. I don't know if there's something going on, but we have players that can come in and play. That said, we did win the match. AO played well. The back line played well, but Maxey is growing and growing. Man of the match. He's looking great back there. Barney played really well. He was 1A for me in the man of the match today. Middle of the park, Dobson is an absolute beast. I feel like I'm repeating myself, so clip it up. An absolute beast. Peaky Blinders in the middle of that park has changed everything. He's keeping Evans out of the side. He got a yellow card with a crunching tackle, by the way. His hair was moving a little bit more than I like it to, just to be honest. His hair was just a little bit floppy. Maybe it was because of the rain, but absolutely just controlling the middle of the park in so many ways. I feel like either he needs someone to step on the ball with him. He does a half turn really well. Elliot Lee came up with the goal on the spot. It wasn't looking good. It was a very, very somber day. I know with the anniversary of the disaster, probably played heavy. I did get a message from. I'm going to call out Matt Al. Said the quietness, the moment of silence really hit everybody. So I don't know if that played into things. But at the end of the day, it's not about just what's on the pitch. It's about the community and about the team and about the town, about the history. So I can see that coming into play. And it was a very quiet match. It was a very quiet match for the first, 35 minutes or so. And Big L's goal, you would have thought it would have lifted us and brought us on, but it didn't. It was one of those matches where this had banana skin all over it, banana peel all over it up until 90 minutes. Because Crawley are a decent side. I don't know who the hell is texting me. They obviously know I'm live, but someone is literally flash bugging me as I'm doing this. Sorry. But I'm so happy we won this game for so many reasons. One being that it could have started a rot in people's minds, like, oh, why didn't we do this? Why didn't we do that? And coming off the loss, how we lost against Birmingham City, which again, we're not playing Birmingham City every week. Some things went our way today in regards to some of the scores. And for me, okay, now someone's just trying to do it to piss me off. I'm putting it on mute. Sorry. So some of the things I just feel like to get this win in this way with the mentality, what was going on, I feel is more important than just blowing them out. So I'll say that too. Now, a little bit more on the chat here. Wales guy who was at the game says, so true. I think they're having a private conversation there. So, okay, I'm gonna get into the to Parkinson's interview, which I have not watched. I make sure that I don't watch them, so I react with you well and have a full on honest opinion on there too. And then I see some of the chat going there. Ruth H just joined the Discord, and we'll talk about that. But let's hear Parkinson, what he has to say after the match, and let's get your thoughts and mine as well. Again, thanks all for coming in, and please everyone get home safe. That's all from the match as well. Here we go. All right, there we don't go. So turn it up. Hold on.
Yeah, it was a tough afternoon for us in the first three games of the season.
Here we go.
Phil, victory against Crawley Town at the Stoke Claras. How pleased are you to get all 3 points today?
Yeah, it was a tough afternoon for us in the first three games of the season. At home, we've been excellent. Today, we didn't reach those levels with or without the ball, and I thought we caused our own problems, certainly in the first half, by putting them on the counter-attack with loose passes. But listen, we've had games like that before here, over the years where you don't play at your best for whatever reason. It's myself and the staff to look for those reasons, but it's about getting the result and finding a way to win. And we've done that today with a terrific cross and a great finish from Max.
On that note, so he just said right there, which I really feel is really important. We don't have to always look sexy to win. You know what I mean? You can go out, and he's right. We did cause our own problems. Our energy was off. There was something off today. Just had that feel of that match. You could tell. I wasn't at the match, so whoever was at the match, I know Techie was there. I know North Wales guys was there as well, which is his name's Greg. So Greg was there as well. But there was something off today. The chemistry was off. We heard a couple people having a couple things off the field and things like that, stressed out or whatever. I won't name names or whatever, but I'll say that, we looked off. But a true champion and a true team that battles through these adversities came out with the W today. Parkinson, I just woke up, Banksy boy. Parkinson, he knows, not that he got away with one, but he knows that he earned one today. We earned one today. So now what did we do wrong? How do we get off of it? Because, shoulders can go down, heads can go down after a loss against Birmingham City, and fair play to Birmingham City, who are a great side. But today was a win where we needed it to happen. I was so hoping that we didn't lose our standards today. It's not that we lost our standards today. It just wasn't clicking today. But we still came out with those 3 points, where that's because we have good players on the pitch, good players on the bench, and we have a great management team as well. Everyone, I think, on the field and in the crowd wears their heart on their sleeve, including the managers for this club and for this town. So that might have come into a factor, but fair play to us. We got our 3 points, and literally that's all that matters. Capital Ed's in the house. How you doing? Good to see you. Hope you got okay. And North Wales guy said we look better with JM on the pitch. We're going to hold that right there, North Wales guy, because I'm not going to disagree with you, but we did. JM was up for it.
They've had a number of late victories when they've had to battle through adversity. Today as well, was it all the more important to get back to winning ways by any way possible today?
Yeah, I think when you get beat, it can knock you. It shouldn't, but whether that was the reason, I'm not sure. But we just kind of, the crispness in our play in patches was there, but not enough. And like I said, we made a couple of had a few loose moments which enabled them to counter us and look dangerous. And then the goal they scored is a difficult one because the lad's offside. I think is it Max stretching to head the ball because the lad's slightly offside. If he's not there, he probably could head it back the keeper, or the header back in the midfield is better. But the ref said to me that it can only be offside if he impacts the player's ability to head it in terms of physical contact. But his position kind of dictated that it ended up a difficult header. We can still do better after that. We had a warning from that particular move, Crawley do, and the lad missed in the first half, and we got done with it. So, it was a strange moment because the linesman did put his flag up, but equally we could do better. But today was about getting back to winning ways, and we've managed to do that. And, you look at the results around the country and, Stockport getting beating home to Orient, Huddersfield losing. And when you've had really good runs, particularly at home, it can be difficult because obviously teams come and with a lot of respect for you and set themselves up to play at the very, very best because they know they've got to get anything from us, having seen the manner of our wins recently. Mm-hmm. And Crawley were good today. We've got to give them credit for that. But from our point of view, it was about making sure we keep this start going.
So I'm going to roll this out here too. That was a long answer. I know it's a long, and I know we're just listening together. So we're all doing. I'm hearing it for the first time with all of you. I like that. I like the initial. So everyone talks about this dinosaur football bullshit. Okay, I understand it. We can't play. We're in League One. You know what I'm saying? Tiki-taka football. People want that stuff, right? We're in League One. This guy is more cerebral than anyone gives him credit to. Look at his record. I think if John, Boston John, is in there, he would be on me in a good way. He's cerebral. He knows what happened in the league today. He knows what's going on. He's got a 360 view of everything. He's been here before. He knows we weren't at our best today, and we got away with the points, and that's all that really matters. He's going to go back this week, and he's going to reevaluate things. I will say this, and Kelly, I see your comment in there talking about Mulls, and I do see Bruce. I see your comment in there too, and Bruce. You got to come on someday. You do a lot of commenting, and I commend you. But I would love to get your thoughts so we can have a conversation. I love it. That's what this is all about. But he knows we weren't at our best today. He knows that we made mistakes. He knows that other people dropped points today. He knows that coming after a loss that we had on the weekend, on Monday, is big to come back and bounce back. He knows this. So I'm going to park all that stuff about the dinosaur football, all that crap. The guy is trying to manage a team to win and to go up and to get out of this league. He doesn't have an easy job. We did well in the summer by bringing in players. I will say one thing. the JM and the Mullen thing was always going to happen. It was going to come up at some point. He is the guy, but he doesn't own that spot. But this is something that's going to continue. It's going to burn both sides of it, and who you don't choose one over the other. But the guy is not just a simple man. That's what I'm going to say with the in closing on that. Not a simple man. With those answers right there, I really enjoy it.
Match winner Max Cleworth.
Maxi.
More attacking contributions today with the assist for Elliot Lee's goal, and then scoring the all-important goal when it's needed. Just how has he blossomed over the last couple of months?
Yeah, I think all our supporters have seen that he's grown as a player. He's adding goals and assists to his game, and he should get goals because he's a terrific header of the ball. But he's got a fantastic lead. His timing's good, and yeah, it was a big moment for us today. I think Fletcher's trying to claim it just touching it on the line.
Striker, trying to steal it from the defender.
Listen, it doesn't matter who scores. It was about the subs impacting the game for us and giving us that lift when we needed it the most. And I felt they did that, and it's a great 3 points.
On the defense,
it's a great 3 points. Subs did make a huge difference here today. Again, I will say we were not at our best. We were not at our best today, but we won, and that's really all that matters. Okay, really all that matters. All this other stuff with the JM stuff, with the Revan stuff, with the middle, with the O'Connell, we're going to talk about it. We're not going to ignore it. We won't ignore it here. But it's about the 3 points, and it like you said, it doesn't matter who scored. I love the fact that Maxi's he does have a great header. He kind of put it away from the keeper. He might have been trying to cross that ball in, or trying to go for that back post, which was great. But 22 years old, putting on a little size on Maxi boy, I think he's done himself well. And he did the team well today. I'm not saying he bailed us out, but that was a hard fought battle. Crawley Town are no mugs. They came here to win. When they went down, they made subs to come after us. They didn't sit back. They could have had goals today. This game again, like that's football, could have went a different way. But we rode our luck. We are a good team. We have good players. We have a good management team. We rode our luck today. So, I do like the fact that, the striker, the big old Fletcher tried to claim that, and he did. He tried to knock that one in, but that's our boy Maxi's goal for sure.
Side to put in such a shift in those final few minutes with the conditions how they were, you must be really proud of the effort and commitment that takes as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I say, when you're not at your best for whatever reason, you've got to stand strong as a team and dig deep. And I felt we did that. We showed that kind of resilience towards the end of the game to see the game through. And like I said, there'll be.
Can I say what he just said right there? Resilience at the end of the game, digging deep and winning the match is far better for our trajectory in this league than winning 5-0, 5-1, whatever it is, because we're learning. And I think that's what this team is going to do. We're going to grow strength, still top of the league. But winning this match today, and he's a little dour. I think we're all a little dour, like we dropped points, but we didn't. But I think winning in this manner today will help us out through the rest of the season. I do. Are there some issues that are coming up that we need to talk about? Yes. And we'll do that in a second. And Kelly says, I know we have our opinion on Marion and Mullet to start, but there's a bigger problem than just starting one over the other in terms of current player morale and future recruitment. Yes. Good shout there, Kelly. And good shout. And we'll talk about that too.
Other games like this throughout the season, home and away, where we're not at our best for whatever reasons, but it's about getting the result. And that's a great win.
Phil touched upon it
You notice he keeps saying, get the result.
In the week. This is always an important weekend on the calendar for the Wrexham community as we approach the 90th anniversary of the Gresford Colliery disaster. Just how important was it to mark that event and to put everything out there today?
Yeah, I think the lads were very conscious of that because it is a huge weekend for the area and the football club. And, our aim was obviously to get the win to represent all the families and friends who were affected by that tragedy all those years ago, and obviously all the people who lost their lives. And we've managed to do that in the end.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you.
Listen, that was not an easy interview for him to take on. And as you can see, we'll do Max next. So he knew we weren't at our best today, but we won, and that the 3 points are what it's all about. Max, he mentioned Max there about his effort. Mentioned about us, about the Collier disaster, which is great. I like that. It's man, it's just one of those games. But I'm so glad we got through it in the manner we did. Adam Lewis says Max's class, a goal and assist, fantastic performance. The Thunder and Lightning at the end was crazy. I think it started a fire. I don't know if that's true, but Bruce, maybe it is. A North Wales guy says something like this: Mull's body language wasn't good today. James should start the next match. Okay, we're gonna go. It's in the chat. Let's do it. Okay, let's do it. It was his first big call of the season for me. I believe that JM is really he's on point, he's on fire, and Mulls and his attitude did look a little different today. He looked like he's trying too hard. It's almost like Freaky Friday or Big or something like that. Him and JM have switched roles. Remember last year, Mulls was starting all the matches, coming back, scoring all the goals. JM would get 20 minutes in there, trying too hard, and not succeeding. They switched roles. They've gone to different roles, and it's only because, like, hey, you got to earn it back. And I know people say put him right back in. Well, today proved you can't just put someone right back in. He's trying to get him minutes. Give him 65 minutes. JM came on, did look sharp. He is the sharper striker, but we can't discard the fact that Palmer didn't put himself about today. I thought Palmer didn't have his greatest match. I like Palmer a lot. I like what he does off the ball. But today, 2 games in a row, why not give JM and Mulls a start together? I know we talk about it on every single show, but it was very evident today. But we shall see how this is going to go down. Bruce, I want to get this one in here too. Talisman or whatever. If you're going to have the position after a surgery, it doesn't make you starting. Doesn't take your starting spot. Then Mullen had to get a start, but also the position is that every starter must earn it. He has to earn it. And Big E says, in my opinion, starting Mulls gives off the wrong signal to the rest of the squad. That's what I was worried about, Big E. My thought was like, hey, listen, are we a big name club now? You know what I mean? Just because of what's on the back of your jersey, that's going to get you to start. So that's it. I think that is a man management thing. I think Parkinson has done a fantastic job with the man management squad at the start of this. But we are going to get to a point here. We have you were looking at the bench, and this is going to be my full negative talk. Looking at the bench, the guys were there. Scar, Rathbone, all the guys were there, just sitting kind of like headlong. Maybe it was because of whatever, but we got to get this. We got to work on that locker room. Locker room is huge, and we'll know. Today was an example of Parkinson making a big decision, and us coming out with the 3 points, riding our luck a little bit. But we didn't have possession either, too. So that's another thing. Jeez, I'm getting all over the place too. Biblical rain today. All right, what's going on? I think I saw it started a fire. Personally, I think Ali plays better with JM now. Goopy spot on. Maybe. And David Hilditch is in the house. Says if Fletcher were to claim the goal, it would be an offside. True that. Well done. Their goal, that was an offside. He was offside. Not apparently. He did raise his flag. And that threw things off. VAR would have pulled that back, so you never know how it can go down. Sorry, what's that? Copy that. So I was gonna copy that. Sorry, I was just texting with Ivan. I was gonna bring Ivan. He's working, so he can't come on. All good here. All right, want to get to the Maxi stuff? Let's do it. Let's get to the Maxi stuff.
Max, a 2-1 victory at Stoke Kyrasa with Crawley Town. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm really happy, to be fair. I think it wasn't our best day in terms of performance. They came and made it difficult, but just to win in the end and get the 3 points is all that really matters.
Is it pleasing as a player when you're maybe not at your best, but as we've seen previously with this team, you've grinded through and you've managed to get that result late on that gives you all 3 points?
Yeah, I think that's always been there in terms of the character of the squad. We've always had that belief that even if we're not at our best, we can definitely get something from the game, and we've proven that again today.
And for you, a goal, an assist for Elliott's got goal as well. You seem to really be enjoying adding that attacking side to your game. You said that with players leaving, you've had more of an opportunity. Are you still enjoying getting forward and making a nuisance of yourself?
Yeah, I'd obviously been given a bit more of a free role. And I think we took a short corner at the end.
So we didn't know that. He was giving him more of a free roll. So maybe that's why we're getting caught out of the back a little bit more. He was pushing forward. He definitely was pushing forward a bit. So he's been given more of a free roll. Said that. So they released him a bit. That's something new. We didn't know. Cat out of the bag right there. Maybe that's why O'Connell looked a little suspect today. I don't know.
Happened to seeing Dobbo put it to the back stick, and I knew I had a chance as soon as he'd put it in. So yeah, I'm buzzing. I just need Fletch to say it's not his goal, and then we can leave it as mine.
That's clever right there. Fletcher's trying to claim that as his goal. I don't know. Give it to the young lad, Fletcher. But Fletcher's a striker. He's going to come on and think that's his goal for sure. That ball was going in. Give it to the young man. Look at that smile. Look at that. That's a $50 million smile right there. There you go. That's a championship smile when we get promoted.
It's yours.
I'm having it. I mean, it was close, either way, but I've only seen it back and it looked close, so we'll have to let someone decide.
To just touch before the match, there was a tribute ahead of the 90th anniversary of the Gresford colliery disaster. How pleased are you to get a win on what is such an important day in the community of Wrexham?
Yeah, I think as a team, we're delighted because obviously we know what today means, especially with it being 90 years since the disaster. So we knew how much it meant to us as players and especially the fans, obviously those who were affected. It was important that we put in a Wrexham kind of performance today. And I think although we weren't our best, we certainly showed that fight that represents the town as well. So I think, yeah, we're more than happy about getting 3 points today.
Thank you, Max.
You know what just dawned on me right there, what he just said? This is why I like to watch it with everyone live so we all have a reaction together, whether you watch it or not. We were never going to lose today. We were never going to lose on today for the tribute. It was never going to happen. And he put in a Wrexham performance. It's not perfect. Like none of us are perfect. I'm not perfect. But and we have our ups and downs. But today they were on our side, and we were never going to lose today. And I like that. And it literally just hit me when he said that. So we can all talk about should have done this, could have done that. But today we were never going to lose. And we didn't stop battling. We were on the ropes a bit and battled back. And I think that is what is instilled in this club, in this town, and the people there for it. So I think, we can be upset about should have done this, should have done that, but it's the resiliency of the town, of the players. But today it was in the cards. We were never going to lose. And we kick every ball as supporters and people that watch it together. And, the skies opened up today and they let us know who was really in charge, lightning and everything. But again, we were never going to lose this match. And it just hit me right there. And, maybe that's a little lofty, whatever, but I'll take it. I'll take it. And it was great. I'm so happy now. It kind of just changed my feeling right there. Really, it did. He just made me think about something. I love it. Goofy Splat says Max was by far the best defender today. Yes, it was. He was, absolutely. And I agree with the yelling on the pitch. It was unfortunate. So I think Dan's talking about there. I think sorry to get a little down on everyone there. It just hit me. It just hit me. Yeah, it just hit me. But I think yelling on the pitch, I saw a little bit of it too. There's a little bit of frustration that was happening there. And if O'Connell, he just said, so Maxie just said he had a freer role. Now, O'Connell didn't have his best game today. Was that because that Maxie was pushed a little forward and O'Connell was stretched? I don't know. Crawley were on the front foot at every opportunity, and even with the subs that came on, they were trying to score. And if that's the case, now I understand maybe why O'Connell did look a little off today. That said, I would have started Scar today, and I'm starting Scar next week. That's me. There we go. What else we got here? We get to the chat. HUC EV says, hey, and Max was 11 out of 10 today. Yeah, we go to 11. We go to 11. If you know, you know. Glenda says, I'm betting Fletcher was just having fun with Maxie. Glenda, no way. He's the elder statesman. He's going to claim that goal all day. He wants that. He wants that. North Wales guy who was at the match said the minute the signs for the game was special. You could hear it. You could hear a pin drop. I've heard that from 3 people now. 3 people now. They were at the match. 3 people now. Max's class act. great to see his growth over the seasons. He is. And Kelly Davidson, who a local opponent member, resiliency is so important for teams and for individuals. Wrexham is nothing if not resilient. Great word. If there is the greatest strength. Yes, and I think that showed today. And again, the gods had us today to let us know that we were not going to lose on the Commemorative Day for the Wrexham the disaster today. So when the skies opened up, I say maybe that's part of it too. So take that as whatever you want. That's how I'm going with today. And then we can talk about the other stuff later. But it just hit me. That's why. Goopy Splat goes on to say, with the minute of silence, understand that I was sitting in. They forgot to turn off the radio. Ooh, Goopy. I didn't know, Goopy Splat. I didn't know you were at the matches. Sorry, I didn't know. I apologize. A lot of people in the chat, but I want to go there and do it. Andy's in the house, but I'm. If that was the case, what radio? Turn the radio off. What radio is that? Goopy Splat. Biblical weather. End of game. Yes, and let it. Yeah, the gods talk today. E1 agrees with Ruth. Ruth agrees with E1. Stashing EOC, O'Connell kept messing up and blaming each other, and it started to mess the rest of the team. Okay, so Goopy Splat so whoever was there at the match, was this true that was going on? Because I thought that Stash had a better game than O'Connell. Hold on, Banksy boy needs to go. What are you doing, buddy? Come here. Okay. Say hi to everybody before you go. Let them know why. Oh, there he is. That's my baby. Okay, you go. Go. Thanks for coming. Go. Sorry, live television here. That is Banks. So if that was true, then you could see it. But if you're at the match and they're cussing at each other, doing whatever they're doing, that's fine. I don't mind them yelling at each other to like, hey, you're here, you're there. But if something's off, something's off. I didn't think Mac had his best game. I thought Revon came in and did a fantastic job. So if there is something going on, it'll come out. It'll figure itself out. Sometimes you got to go in a room and just have it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying physical. I'm talking like, argument, get through it and come out. What up? Moving on. There we go. So love to hear a little bit more about that Goopy Splat and good insight if you're at the match. And I hope you got home safe. I know it was crazy weather today. And thanks for that insight. Okay. What else is going on? Kelly Davidson went on to say, would it be nice if one of those journalists asked Sparky why he doesn't start Jam and Mullen together? I would give a lot for one good question during these interviews. Kelly Davidson, I said to the producer, Ann, put me on a plane. I'll come live at North Wales House, and I will produce the shows. I will ask. I think that, some of the questions afterwards are so basic, but you want to dig in and drill. Yeah, why are you not starting JM and Mulls up top? Why did you drop? Even before the match, they said, hey, so talk about the squad today. Such an open-ended question. Talk about the squad. Okay, JM has 4 and 6. Why is he on the bench? Oh, you're freshening up? Okay. But ask specific questions. Kelly Davidson, absolute legend. Love it. Dan Moore says we have a championship level player sitting on the bench. We do, Dan Moore, and I think that's going to come out. We haven't seen our first 11 in. I don't know who said it between Patty or Ken, but someone did say it. Also, too, just want to pause right there. Thanks for coming on. I know we're trying to do the Rextra time call-in show, phone-in show. Please get on that. We want to build this up a little bit so everyone has I know people are busy and everything like that, but we want to have kind of like a programming, so we're trying to do some programming in certain ways. Patty does a great job hosting on that. Ken popped in, had 9 beers. I'm kidding, he had 1, the Wrexham Lager, but no, go do that and check it out. We'll try to keep that to more about you as a community that are calling in rather than myself or Ken, and Patty can host that, and maybe I'll host it too, but please do that. Get into that a little bit more. I'm sorry, I'm just promoting our own selves here. HZEV says Mullen, Cannon, and Macca had 3 lowest FOTMOB scores. Honestly, I think we should drop Macca for 1 match and start Rev. Stash should be rotated with Scar. Oh, sorry, O'Connell should be rotated with Scar. I agree. I'm on that. I think Revon should be. I think Macca has a foot issue. And Mac has a foot issue, and I would be starting Revon, and I'd be starting Scar. Okay, and TOC, Tom O'Connor. I call him Stash. When you guys put TOC in there, I don't know what the hell. I know the EOC there too. Performed better than the EOC. A lot of mistakes were made in the middle of the field, especially when in their 7.5 position. And George goes on to say, Rev should start next Saturday, especially if Macca is running nursing a knock. Scar needs to get in, and I would add Brunt to that before O's. Okay. All right. George is in the house. How you doing, George? Good to see you. Stacy, who was there, was at the match. Didn't see them yelling at each other that much, to be honest. They're fine, just a bit of frustration. There it is, Stace. Stace is very well connected. And hi, Stacy. I hope you got home okay, you and your family, and good to see you. Mulls showed his frustration with the teammates and himself. He's still not himself. I agree with that for sure. And sometimes it's just 1 to 2 matches downtime will solve the issues. Players need to prioritize performing well instead of playing the blame game. Yes. Room ready, Josh. See, there you go. North Wales guy got a room ready for me 20 minutes from the park. I'll come produce the goddamn show. Call me. Whoever, call me. I will move. Just let me take banks. Goofy Spot says the main one I saw was when the players missed the open net. EOC stepped on TOC, wasn't there, and they started arguing about that. Okay, I did see that one. Agree with George. And Goofy Spot, you're at the match, and Stace says didn't see as much of it too. And I agree with George, especially Tuesday away following a Saturday away for sure. And what foot issue? I didn't read about that. Apparently, he's had an injection in his foot, from what I understand. Crawley glided through our midfield at times. They did. That's why I feel like I like Andy Cannon. I like Big Al, who came up with there, and I love Dobson. That's why I feel that Stace, in my opinion, I'd go Dobson and another holding midfielder. Evans of some sort, maybe even, like an Evans or a Stash. Evans is more of a midfielder now. I'd go with another holding midfielder rather than Andy Cannon and Elliot Lee, who kind of do the same role. So they're both cams, and Dobson sits and breaks up. Dobson sits and breaks up and releases play. I would put another holding in there, someone who can see the pitch a little bit more, which would be an Evans, in my opinion. So now, granted, that's me being overly whatever. Overly looking at every play, but that's what we do. Well, I am the local pundit. There you go. Hey, Josh, doing well. Hope the same, bro. George, good to see you. Thank you very much. I'm doing okay myself. A little tired today after traveling back from Cancun, but I'm so happy to be with all of you. I missed this. I love it. I absolutely love doing this. Thank you. Nikki D says, I'm finally out of the boonies and have had service and to be able to watch now. So the show can begin. Laugh out loud. Nikki D. Yes, Nikki D is in the house. Groupie's flat. It goes on to say, yes, it was super obvious, but when you start paying attention, you could really see it. Wasn't super obvious, but yes. And last one here before we go a little bit more. Dobson and Evans together makes the midfield too defensive-minded. It's not defensive-minded. Dobson is the break-up play, and Evans will be looking to forward the passes. That's my opinion. And Evans played middle and Dobbs moved to cannon position. There you go. Okay, let's get to a couple more here. And Dan, smart guy. The report is up as well. I'm going to get through that. Of course, continue to the site after the fantasy thing drops. Okay. There we go. So there's Big Max. There's Barney. Had a great game. Wrexham returned to winning ways in the Sky Bet after Max Cleaver fired home a late header in the 79th minute, to be determined by Fletch. I'm just kidding. Elliot Lee opened the scoring from Cleaver's delivery at the back post as the defender recycled the corner and smashed home the volley at the Wrexham's number 38. Crawley netted back at the 54. As we know, victory means Parkinson's side remain at the summit of the league table while being level on points with Birmingham City, who won today. Parkinson made 2 changes at Monday. Andy Cannon came in for Rathbone. Prior to kickoff, the minute silence was perfectly observed by both sets of supporters to remember the 266 men who lost their lives in the Gresford Collier disaster. The Red Dragons also wore a special edition kit, a black kit, to commemorate their 90th anniversary of the disaster. So this is on the website. Go check it out. Attendance was 12,732. 232 away. Now, this was not unexpected, and it was a long traveling. They gave some back, so they're traveling, I think, from below London. So no shout on that. It's all good. Last thing I want to put in here. Crawley battled away as thunderstorm struck, but the Red Dragons managed to hold off the late surge from the visitors, returning to winning ways in North Wales. And granted, it was a big victory. This is one that we'd actually needed. I think if we lost this match or drew it, there would have been a mentality state set in, and we're like, why are we moving backwards? This was a big, I don't want to call it a statement win, but a very, very important win. I'm going to bring up the League One table. I'm going to try the big BRZ League One table. Live show here. What time does the Anthony Joshua fight on? I'm going to get off before that so everyone can watch that fight if they want to. League One. Here's the table. I'm going to read that real quick before I get to the table. Stace says Jack Merritt hasn't put a foot wrong so far this season. He's been in and around this level of football for better part of the last decade. I think that's why I say this was a big decision today to sit him down. We got away with one. I think Parkinson knows that too, which is fine. But we did get away with one, and we battled through it. And like I said, we were never going to lose the match. I say that in hindsight because of what today meant to everybody. So, but JM for me, how do you bench him again? Playing Leighton Orient on the weekend coming up, so we'll get to that. Stace, all is good. Bruce says, hope the auction of those kits raises a good amount of miners rescue. Yeah, that's true. I hope so too. So there's the table. There's the good shout, Bruce. Good shout. So Wrexham are on top of the league. Played 7, won 5, drawn 1, lost 1. We have 14-6, goal difference 8, 16 points. Birmingham City up our ass, 16 points. We're winning on goal difference just by 1. Barnsley is up there. Charlton Athletic, who lost today, and Huddersfield lost today. Lincoln City drew today. Big ones there. Stockport lost today. We'll break this down through the rest of the week. Remember, the power of stats is later on in the week, so Patty and Aaron will do that one later on. Obviously, we news and updates every day, but we'll get into the stats and things like that. But the table looks good, looks solid. Stockport losing was interesting one. Charlton losing also too. But it was so important for us to win today. So important for us to win today. Mansfield won today. How did they win? What was that all about? Hold on, let me check that score. Scores and fixtures. Oh, they beat Shrewsbury. Okay, they beat them. Okay, fair play. Back one more. But I like the way this looks. It is not easy. It's not going to get easier. Top of the league, Birmingham City. We play Leighton Orient, scores and fixtures. And who do they play next week? They play Peterborough. Okay, Posh, can you do us Ashley, if you're out there watching, can you do us a favor next week, bro? Come on. But the table looks good. That's a lot of green. It's a lot of green. And granted, we're not going to play Birmingham City every week, so it's awesome. I could do a couple more here, and we'll get out of here. Dan Moore says, I want to ask if anyone thinks our dribblers haven't had the ball stripped far too often. And Northwell has one more fight, and then it's AJ. Okay, got it. Thank you, Northwell's guy. I'm going to pop off because I'm going to try to watch that too. Bruce says, Dan, I think the problem today was more loose passes. Wrexham gave the ball away took it as far as kicking the ball. And Fatma had Birmingham top tier, but the goal difference is wrong. Yeah, because we're on top. And who would have thought we'd be top of the league? Nobody, Big E. Nobody. Goopy Splat says, one thing we need to stop is long balls to nobody. We're just giving them for free. Yeah, I think that's what we were trying to do. I think we went back to a little bit of long ball a little bit today, trying to put it up to Palmer to knock out Mullen. It's just not working. I don't think that's our song. I think honestly we've evolved. And Ivan, who had said it, it's like we're doing some of the things better than we were last year. And I think we went away from that a little bit. Granted, we got the 3 points, and that's really all that matters. If we go to the championship, we should dump all our strikers. Oh, Christ, Jesus Christ. HUC, we got Mal Fall on the bench. And David Hilder says, do you guys think that did you guys make a video about the idea of rotating the pitch for the stadium redevelopment? That is Patty that's going to do that. I think he's like moved it 180 degrees or something like that. But so we'll keep you posted on that. Remember, we're putting a lot of new shows together, making a whole network of shows for everybody. So the local pundit could be something more, so we can have like a network of shows, thinking about like a channel, like a full channel of shows during the week. So I'll always be here, doing my thing, as you know, but we're trying to build that out a little bit for everybody. And we have a bigger plan. Well, excuse me. I say me and producer Ann have a bigger plan. Great contributors on the show, which are done fantastically well, but we have a bigger plan. Goopy Splat talking to A2Z. And then part of the game is likely a hungover from getting up for a big game on Monday. They had basically 2 days practice this week. Absolutely. Okay. All right. So happy that we bounced back. I think today was a must win. And again, after listening to Maxie talking about it, we were never going to lose. Not on today. Not what I meant for today. So let's see what's going on. So tomorrow I'll do a news and update show. for sure. Yes, Annie, for sure. That's right. Spelled wrong, but it's still Annie. That's producer Ann. So tomorrow we'll do a news and update show. Anything breaks, we are always here. We'll be live as we do on the local pundit. So thanks all for coming in. Subscribe, smash a like, share, please. We are on our way to 50,001. If you know, you know. That's how many subscribers we want. 50,001. That's what we want to get to, and then go past that. So Monday we'll be doing an That's a Wrap show. Throughout the week we'll put up obviously we're doing a news and update show, and then we'll also do the power of stats as well. So fun stuff. Discord link. Okay, hold on. Live show, Ruth, but I'll do it. Live show. Hold on. Let me see. Where's my Discord? There we go. Discord link. Invite. Copy. Okay, this is what happens. Live show. But someone, hold on 1 second. Sorry. Where's my channel? I can't even find my own channel. Discord link. There you go. I don't know if that works. Someone's trying to do another Wrexham reaction show. What are you doing here? Stealing my show? All good. No one can beat TLP. I'm pretty sure it'd be rotating 90 degrees if they rotated 180. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Nikki D, you're probably right. I'm just, talking smack. That is the Discord link right here. Please get on it. And jump into Discord. There's a lot going on in the chat 24 hours a day. Lots of great people, great community, fantastic global audience, and everyone in this fantastic community. All right. So on that note, I'll see you all later if anything breaks. Big 3 points, top of the league. Really proud of this team, what we're doing. We'll talk about the lineup throughout the week. We'll talk about some things that I think might be happening. But I'm just so proud of how we came back, won against adversity, not having our best match. That's how that brings champions together. I'm not saying we're going to win the league, but that's how we battle through this very, very difficult league with very, very good teams in there. That's how we're going to get better. So today I feel like we won and we got better. Leaving the JM and the Moles thing aside, whatever, it doesn't matter. We got the 3 points. We actually got the 3 points. We came through. But I think what we're doing, we're seeing the evolution of a side in real time, the evolution of our players in real time. And Parkinson is going to have to manage this, and I think he can do it. And I think that there's more to come. We're just scratching the surface. I don't think we've even seen the best of this team yet, our best starting 11. And I think there's more to come here. Also, AO wasn't even mentioned today. AO did a good job today. Nothing to do about the goal. Probably was offside. If the goal wasn't there, it would have been another clean sheet for the young man. I thought he played well. I thought he came for the ball a little bit better than he used to. They had a bunch of shots on us today. How many shots? Sorry, before I was closing the show down. Hold on. Let me just see what happened today for the shots. Scores. Okay. I want to just get to the stats. I was closing it out. I was gone. I was out the door. I was done. I want to get to some of the stats. There we go. You got me back. You pull me back in. There we go. Here's the stats, match stats. So don't like this, but I don't care. Better than last week. 42% to 57.8. Shots. So there were 33 shots today. 18 for them, 15 for us. 7 shots on target, 3 for us, 2 went on goal. Shots off target, 8. Block shots, 3-3. Touches in the box, 28 to 25. About easy, about even. And goalkeeper saves. He made 6 saves today. Now, granted, they weren't all blinders, but 6 saves today. And this save right here that he made on JM, this keeper save was an absolute worldie by JM and the keeper for that matter. So aerial duels, we had them in the air. Fouls, there were fouls, corners, about even right there at 7 and 8, 8 and 7. So, Crawley Town are nothing to sniff at. I'm not saying they're going to go down, but they will give teams problems this year. And they got gutted over the summer. They really did. And so fair play to them. This kid, Junior Quintarina, played well. And number 12 that came on played well also too. They had some chances. So in the stats department, obviously, possession, whatever, but it all matters what's on the scoreboard. That's an old saying right there too. So Goopy Splat says, goodbye, chat tomorrow. Good stream. Thank you very much, Goopy Splat. And there must have been a problem. Okay. All right. Smash the like anyway out, and really appreciate it. Another 3 points. Top of the league. Top of the league. All right. And on that bombshell, I will see you all soon.